Guys, you're going to love this one. It is, we have just finished work for the day. A whiz home, quick shower, and we're back in the car to go and pick up another car. Welcome back to the channel and a new video. You can see in the thumbnail, this is probably one of the nicest cars we've actually had on the channel, because it's come from a chap that's had it since it was new. There is quite a long-winded story to it. The car wasn't actually his, it was a lease car, but we'll get more in depth, more about that once we get there and pick it up. But unfortunately, there's a rail strike on.
There is, the next 2 days.
The next 2 days. So, literally, we've just uploaded a video, and I'm going to be answering your comments for that one on the train. Anyway, it is a rush to get there, and we've got to drive carefully, so I'll pick up when we get on the train. So as usual, guys, like any vehicle we're purchasing, especially a one that costs this amount of money, we are going to run a quick car vertical just to make sure there's nothing untoward. Even though I've previously explained to you the story there, it should be all good. It may still need updating on the finance section, but mileage okay, theft okay, accidents okay. Oh, finance been removed already. Manufactured 1st of the 1st 2018, registered February 2018, so on a 67 but still a 2018 car. Was inspected, so you got all the servicing as well on here, which is so handy, and it has all been done by the main dealer. The second 2021, you got a failed MOT inspection there, which is not going to be a lot. Headlamp aim was inspected United Kingdom, the second 2022. Ownership, vehicle usage and ownership, we know this car is a one owner from new. Stolen vehicle check, this check was performed in all of these countries. Mileage there, all perfectly as we would expect it. We've got the specs and equipment there, and of course, guys, right down the very bottom, you've got your checklist of the 9 helpful tips and tricks of things to check when you're purchasing your vehicle. These are all very, very helpful tips and tricks as well that I personally use myself. I'm just going to show you a quick example of the other 2 Series BMW that we got and show you what comes up there. So as you can see there by the date, guys, this is actually our other 2 Series BMW. Mileage okay, theft okay, accidents. So when you do a car vertical check, it will be clearly highlighted in amber if there is an issue, and then you can look into that further. I want to thank Car Vertical once again for the continued support on this channel. Guys, to benefit from a 10% discount off your check, use the link in the description or the code SR10. Absolute mad rush there, guys. Train was about 25 minutes late. But no, actually an hour late from when I got to Rainham to London Victoria. I got in there, I've got to get to Euston in the next 25 minutes to get my connecting train, and things are looking tight. Let's see how we get on. Sorry, this is all a bit rush, but unfortunately that is how it's got to be. I do know from last time, obviously we've done this quite a few times now, I've got to get to Euston on the Victoria line, platform 3, so jump on this one, should get there. Got about another 20-25 minutes before the connection, so I think we're going to be absolutely fine. That's us stuffed. I believe it's that one now. Delayed. How long for, I don't know. I'm sure it was due at 7:50. It says 7:40 up there, but maybe I got it wrong, which would sound about right. It's going to be a long day and a long evening. I'm on the Avanti West Coast train now, but my train was actually cancelled, and they said there was nothing showing when it was going to be. And the chap just said, jump on this one and get off at Crewe and then get a train from there. But do you know what? I spoke to the chap that we got the car off, and he said before Crewe, Rob, is actually Stafford. He said you'll be better off getting off there. It's like a 20 minute journey for him. And he's kindly offered, he's going to drive the car to the station and his wife's going to follow him, so that I can just set off from Stafford station. And I do know Stafford a little bit, guys, and this is not going to surprise any of you. Many years ago, I booked tickets for V Festival that was in Highlands Park in Chelmsford, but guess what, I actually booked tickets for Stafford, so we ended up going all the way there. Anyway, the journey from Euston to where I was actually going was an hour and 24 minutes. I've now got to be on this train for 2 hours to get to Stafford. So it's all a learning experience, isn't it? I can't believe how fast I managed to follow the Victoria line and jump straight on the tube and get off. That was a big thing for me, because I've always had to stop and ask, and this time I didn't. But yeah, we're going to get there about 10 o'clock tonight. So depending on how I feel, if I feel tired, I'm just going to pull over, stay in a hotel, and then pick up in the morning. But let's see how we get on anyway. We made it, guys. And the absolute legend, Ian himself, has driven the car down to the train. Lovely to meet you, buddy.
Nice to meet you, my friend.
He's driven the car down to the train station, and we've had to drag your wife out. She's followed you here. How lovely. She don't want to be on video. Thank you. She don't want to be on the video, guys. But Ian and I have been to Stafford before. I mentioned it on the way here. I booked tickets for the Wrong V Festival, but has this been about 20-25 minute drive for you to get here?
Minutes, yeah.
But it saved me a nightmare. I wouldn't have got to you till 11:30 tonight. So let's do the paperwork. We'll exchange the keys. I'm going to jump straight in it. But really, really nice. This has been your company car from the day it was brand new.
Yeah.
And you've replaced it with a 3 Series.
BMW 330e.
330e.
Yeah, which was delivered today.
Oh, was it? Ian has spent the last spent all day at the weekend cleaning this up for us as well. Unfortunately, it's going to be rotten by the time we get home.
A couple of footprints in there now, sorry.
Oh, mate, I'm well happy with it. Yeah. It's too late if I'm not, isn't it?
You paid for it now.
I paid for it and it's a bit dark, so let's get on the road and get back to Kent. What did you say you left in here for me? The joke? An oxygen tank for being this far north. Yeah, we should be all right. 1:17 a.m. 190 miles. Go to the fuel station, we'll fill it up, and let's get on the way. That was so lovely of him and his wife to meet me here, guys, wasn't it? Saved so much time. Right, let's get on the road. Just literally stopped at the services, guys. It was a bit of a pain on the M1. They shut junction 16 to 15. Had to go around the houses to meet the moon. So well on the way, well over the halfway mark now, but it went from literally 1:15 to 1:30, and now you can see 2 a.m. So I've just stopped, gonna have a coffee and then carry on. But not bad. Beautiful car, drives lovely, and very, very good on diesel. Anyway, we'll get more about that in the morning. Right, let's get a coffee and carry on. Well, the good news is, guys, I made it home in good time, really. There wasn't a lot of people around on the roads, but I'll be honest, last night when I got back, I couldn't bring myself to actually do this bit of video. This is definitely, Chris is in the background, the best undamaged car we've ever bought that doesn't even, you actually said this morning,
Doesn't even need a light bulb.
Doesn't even need a light bulb.
Well, shall we correct that, Rob? Didn't need.
It didn't need a light bulb, guys. Please. Oh,
it's now a crash damaged car, Rob.
It is a crash damaged BMW 2 Series. Look at the mess. Look at the mess.
I guess the only good thing is you didn't really like that wall, did you?
No.
Even though you just paid £1,000 to have it built.
Yeah, it's just cost us $500 to knock it down.
You better show a bit of damage, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to be careful here, guys, because I'm at home. I don't want to show too much, but
I mean, shall we clear up and get it back to the yard?
I think so, Chris. Yeah, but yeah, all the walls moving. Basically, guys. Yeah, not too good. Not too good at all. Not my best moment, but mate, honestly,
it's one of them things, isn't it?
It is one of them things. It just went. It just slipped, and there was nothing I could do. Yeah, let's clear up and get it back to the yard. I'm going to have to arrange a grab lorry to come and get this as well. Oh, look at the mess. Yes, guys, now I'm back here. I still feel a bit sick, Chris. I'm not going to lie, I do. It's not nice for anyone, is it? But
no. Do you know what? If you was going to hit it, though, it's the best place you could have hit it, isn't it, really? Really? Well, if you'd hit one of the corners, it would have done a quarter panel backlight. It is a bolt on. Isn't it? We'll get a new tailgate, get it painted, bolted on.
Yeah,
it's
I am going to.
Could have been a lot worse. I'm going to come to that. What I'm going to show Chris is how beautiful this car really is. Ian, the chap we got it off, is going to be devastated. He said, even though this was a lease car, he treated it like it was his own car.
It's immaculate.
He washed it every weekend. It's got the best of everything on it. Guys, look how lovely the car was. Yep. I'm going to move around here, Chris, and if you can just...
Nice car.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to... I've said sorry enough. It is what it is, isn't it? So you can see that boot lid. I mean, like you
it's all
said...
Ripley all the way through here, look.
Oh, yeah. Like you said...
That's took it all, hasn't it?
That was bloody lucky, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It has got
Yeah.
a little dent here in the bumper, just where it's pushed it there. But you said you'll actually warm that up, get that right again, and we're going to have that painted.
Yeah.
And of course, yeah.
I should think those boot lids are quite readily available, wouldn't you?
Did start to have a little look this morning. There is quite a few on eBay, so I guess it's going to be a case of making calls. But do you know what? No negativity on this channel. Definitely not. We're not going to be down about it. We're not going to be
It happens,
negative.
doesn't it?
It is what it is, and there's, you know, getting the ump about it's not going to fix it, is it?
No.
It is what it is, and it's one of those things. But yeah, very, very nice. Done 80,000 miles just. I mean, it was on 79,000 or something when I set off. And Ian said it's just been into BMW. It's had a EGR recall. There was nothing wrong with it, but it's been done. And also, it's had a full service, and it's had 4 brand new discs and pads all the way around it. All obviously by BMW, because it's a lease car. They just have the best of everything. Continental tyres. Yeah, not much grip on them though in this weather.
Not when you're going backwards.
Not when you're going backwards.
on a sheet of ice.
If you don't laugh, you cry, don't you? You do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose let's get on the phone and try and locate a boot lid for it. And
Be nice if Silver Lake had one, wouldn't it?
yeah, it would.
Because they deliver in their own vans and they're always pretty quick. Aren't
Yeah, they are.
If you talk to them nicely, they might
Explain the situation.
They might be able to get a boot lid here tomorrow. Who knows? But
Because ultimately, the plan for this car was to chuck it up for sale at the end of this video.
the only thing is, it's going to have to go in the queue for the paint shop now, isn't
Yeah.
it? So there's going to be a delay.
There's not going to be a second video on it though, is there?
There'd be little point, would there?
Yeah, there's completely little point, no point at all. But yeah, it is what it is, mate. Let's get in that workshop. It's freezing. Hopefully you got that fire on. Yeah, the boot lid's fine, and this door's actually all right. So after all that, I went and actually got it off of the breaker. Well, it wasn't a breaker, was it? But you can see M240i. And this car now comes with a spoiler, Chris.
It does.
But I've bolted it on there, and I'm going to drop this straight over the paint shop and pick the other one up. Hopefully you can get this done tomorrow or the next day, and we'll get it back, and we're going to let him do that little bit of work on the bumper as well. You had a good look behind there when you pulled the rubber off. All looks fine. So let's drop it over the paint shop. I never thought I'd be saying it on this car, but it is what it is, isn't it? Let's get it over there. This bit of the video. I never really wanted to put in the actual accident. I had to ring Chris up. It was yesterday morning now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he said, "How'd you get on, mate?" I said, "All right. Do you want the good news or the bad news?" He said, "I'll have the bad news first." I told him about the accident, and of course, that's when he come to my house. But you did say on the phone, "What's the good news?" And I said, "I got home all right." And Chris found that quite funny. Now, Chris did say to me, "Look, Rob, we're all about honesty and positivity, aren't we? Just put it in there, mate. Let's just put it in there." And I said, "Oh, I don't know if I'll get too much stick in the comments." And you actually said, "Do you know what? For once, I'll turn the comments off in the video, but no, leave them. Let's hear what people have got to say. I'm sure you'll all be very, very fair with me. And accidents happen. We all know that my driveway's like that. And was it too late, early hours of the morning?
Yeah.
Was it a stupid idea? Drive up the drive in the ice? Absolutely. And I've got to pay for that. So first off, this is something we've never done before either. Ian, the chap who sold us that car, who got us that car, and we met, lovely guy, and this was his original message. Afternoon, Rob and Chris. I know you need a mobile number to contact you back, so here is mine. I don't know if this is something you may be interested in. It's not salvage, but is my current company car. The reg is blah blah blah, and it is a BMW 218D Sport in black. It has done 79,000 with full main dealer service history. It had a major service a month ago. Zenith, my car provider, have offered it to me to buy for 9,950, and I wondered if you and Chris would consider it to make a quick drink out of.
And that was the initial message straight away, and I mentioned it to Chris, and he said, that sounds really, really nice. So before I even rung Ian, I rung round a few traders, and I was getting bids for that car straight away for like 11 grand-ish. So of course I rung Ian up to ask really where he was in the country, and Stoke-on-Trent is quite a mission. Anyway, after chatting to Ian, and he said, I absolutely love the videos, watch everyone, don't miss anything. He said, and he loves our motto, we leave enough in it for the next man. He said, my new car's being delivered on Monday, and an auction company they're going to send to collect the old one, and they just put it through auction and sell it. He said, and it's far, he didn't, how do I use the word? He said, if that goes through auction, somebody's going to pay 2-3 grand over the odds for that car when I can buy it for this money. I don't want the car. He said, I've got a new one coming. I have leased cars because I do a lot of miles, hence that's only 4 years old, that car. It's done 80,000 miles. He said, I'd really like you and Chris to have it. I think there's a drink in it for you. And he said, I've treated this like my own personal car. It's washed every weekend. Nothing is left on the car. It is all done. So we agreed to buy it. And then obviously you see the start of the video, train strikes. And sometimes you just got to go, ain't you? If a car come up right now, we're in the middle of filming. We'd work around it and I'd be gone, wouldn't I?
That's right.
It is the way it goes. So we actually bought the car from Zenith, his leasehold company. We paid for it in full, and I went up, of course, and got the car. The car had to be paid for before we even went and got it, because there was a deadline and it had to be done. We had to fill out loads of paperwork online. So, yeah, bit of an accident. And do you know what? About the wall, Chris was genuinely right. Since the day that man put that wall up, he put it up while we was here, and I got home, and I come back the next morning, I was like, I absolutely hate that wall. I wanted the piers twice as big, and I wanted the wall completely different. He got it wrong, and I just didn't have the heart to say, mate, stop what you're doing and knock it down. But that was always the plan, to knock it down and start again. Absolute waste of money. So I'm not angry in the slightest about the wall. Am I angry that I made that mistake? I think I'm over it now. Chris laughed, and it sort of eases the tension, because we're a partnership, we're a team, and I haven't just damaged my car, I've damaged our car. So although I said to Chris, I'd like to pay to get it fixed, he wouldn't have it. What did you say? It's a mistake, and the company pays for it. So,
right.
But I went a little bit begging yesterday, dropped it off to the paint shop. I managed to buy that boot lid back for 100 quid, and the paint shop said he's going to take the bumper off, repair that, and the boot lid was a slightly different shade of black, but the underside is identical. They both look almost grey, don't they? Yeah. He said it's going to be about £300, Rob, so a £400 mistake. We are going to ask for that car. I've just flicked through the internet, and Ian said, oh, well, some of them are like 13,000, but I think he's looking at an automatic possibly. It is a manual car. It's got lovely leather. It's got a lot of mod cons on it, but I think it's quite basic for what it is. But it now does come with a spoiler. And what we're going to ask for 11.5, which is going to give us, after the trains come out, the damages are caused to it, we're going to come out on top with about £1,000 profit. But what the plan was, because there was nothing to do to it, we was going to do a video on it and actually put it straight out on Instagram and give one of you guys a chance to buy it. Unfortunately, that's going to be a couple of days now, and then you're going to see it pop up on Instagram. But please put your thoughts and your comments in the comment section down below. Not too many jokes about the wall, please. Anything to add, mate?
I think that's it, Rob. I think you covered it.
It is pretty much it.
Yeah.
We didn't know how this video was going because it changed halfway through, didn't it? Obviously, with the
But
damages.
you have got
but
some free hardcore if anyone wants it.
if anyone wants some free bricks, they are available for collection immediately. The grab lorry hasn't come. So, guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, share. Hope you all did enjoy it. I know quite a lot of you are going to love that. The fact that that rolled down the driveway and I destroyed it. But, yeah, like, subscribe and share. And we'll see you all on Friday in the next one.